More friends, more followers, more connection than any generation in history. So why are so many of us so profoundly lonely? If you've ever felt that ache of loneliness, even in a crowded room, even in the middle of a text conversation, you're not imagining it. This isn't just a feeling, it's a public health crisis. Think about this. A landmark 2023 report from the US Surgeon General declared that being socially disconnected is as bad for your long-term health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. 15 a day. It's a bigger threat than obesity. It's a bigger threat than physical inactivity. And this isn't a niche problem. Roughly half of all American adults report feeling lonely. You are not alone in feeling alone. You're experiencing a powerful historical pattern. And in this video, we're going to uncover what it is, where it comes from, and what we can start to do about it. To understand this epidemic, we need to look at the disappearance of something called social capital. Now, I know that can sound academic. It's actually a really simple idea. It's the wealth of a community measured not in money, but in trust and connection. And the best way to understand it is with this parable from the natural world, symbiosis. In nature, nothing exists alone. A forest isn't just a bunch of trees. It's a deeply interconnected system where vast networks of fungi connect tree roots, allowing these trees to share nutrients and even warn each other of danger. Similarly, a coral reef isn't just a rock underwater. It's a city. So this is the timeless truth. Life depends on connection. And it turns out, so do we. Sociologists give us two ways to think about social capital. First, there's bonding capital. This is your foundation. It's the deep, ride or die trust you share with family and your closest friends. This is what helps you really get by. Then there's bridging capital. This is your network. It's the lighter connections you have with neighbors, acquaintances, and people from different backgrounds. This is what helps you get ahead. For most of the 20th century, American life was rich in both. It was a thriving ecosystem. But then starting around the 1960s, the institutions that create this sort of social capital began to collapse. Our social ecosystems began to die, a silent, kind of slow motion unraveling of our social fabric. The book, Bowling Alone, gave this a name. And it's a perfect metaphor. The number of people who bowl, that's actually gone up. But the number of people who do it together in leagues, in community, that's actually gone down. We still do the activity, we just don't do it together. And it's not just bowling, it's everywhere. Time with friends, for young people, in-person hangouts dropped by nearly 70% in less than 2 decades. 70%. Community groups, PTA memberships fell off a cliff. Trust in institutions. In 1964, 77% of Americans trusted the government. Today, just 16%, and probably even less. We stopped trusting, and we stopped showing up, and our ecosystems withered. So the obvious question, wasn't the internet supposed to fix this? Well, this is where that pattern gets complicated, and this is where our modern loneliness is born. The sociologist Sherry Turkle puts it perfectly. She says technology is seductive because it offers us the illusion of companionship without the demands of friendship. We get to feel connected without ever having to feel vulnerable. It allows us to hide from each other, even as we're tethered to each other. We'd rather text than talk. So what's really going on? It turns out, not all connections are created equal. We need to talk about strong ties versus weak ties. Our deep sense of belonging, the thing that actually cures loneliness, comes from strong ties. These are the few demanding relationships that take time, effort, and vulnerability. You have to show up when it's inconvenient. You have to see the messy, unedited parts of each other's lives. Social media does the opposite. It's a machine built to manage a massive network of weak ties. Hundreds, if not thousands of them. It makes it easy to keep up with everyone without ever truly feeling connected with anyone. And here's the problem. The time we spend managing this huge network of shallow connections is time we're not spending on the hard, messy, rewarding work of building strong ties. We've traded depth for width. And it actually gets even deeper. Real friendship requires vulnerability. Social media demands performance. We're pushed to share highlight reels, not struggles. We become brand managers of our own lives. So this creates a culture of constant comparison, a culture that leaves us feeling inadequate and alone. We're comparing our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reels. So if you've been feeling alone, scrolling through thousands of people's profiles and feeling like nobody really knows you, I want to tell you something. It's not your fault. It's the predictable result of a 50-year social unraveling that's supercharged by technology that gives us the illusion of connection instead of the real thing. There's a difference between being isolated and being lonely. Isolation is an objective lack of people, while loneliness is the subjective feeling that your connections are not deep enough. The problem isn't a lack of people, it's a lack of depth. You are not broken. You are a healthy person having a normal reaction to a disconnected world. But seeing the pattern gives us a map. So I want to leave you with 2 practical questions to guide you this week. First, a connection audit. For the next few days, just notice your interactions. How many were high bandwidth face-to-face connections? And how many were low bandwidth online interactions? So don't judge, just notice. Because you can't change a pattern you don't start noticing. Second, I want you to reframe the feeling of loneliness. The next time loneliness hits you, don't ask, why am I so lonely? Instead, ask a better question. What kind of connection do I truly need right now? Do I need that deep one-on-one? Do I need the laughter of a group? Or do I need something with a shared purpose? Shifting the question from why to what will change everything. Now, let's get this conversation started. I have a question for you. What's one third place? It could be a coffee shop or a library, a community group from your past that you truly miss. Let's share those memories in the comments below. And if this is a conversation you need to be a part of, subscribe and join us. We're going to keep exploring these patterns and searching for a more connected way to live. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.